Welcome to the third session. So we are discussing about we are in the fifth unit. In the fifth unit, we are discussing about network security. We have already discussed about email security. We have discussed about PGP, and also we have also discussed about S by MIME. In this session, we are going to discuss about a topic called secure socket layer, which is SSL. Okay. So if you see the security protocols. Okay, if you see the total layers, computer network layers, in every layer we have some security protocols. Till now, whatever we have seen, S by MIME, okay, PGP, all of them are application layer protocols. Okay, so you can also provide security in transport layer, which is SSL, or you can also call it as also another one is TLS, transport layer security. You can also provide security in the network layer. Okay, so SSL, secure socket layer, okay, is application specific. Okay, now some of the applications may use SSL, some applications will not use SSL. For example, if you take HTTPS in the application layer, definitely if you use HTTPS, it will use SSL. Okay, and it will use IPsec. Okay, so now why we require web security? You require integrity, confidentiality, denial of service, etc. So lot of security requirements are there. Basically you require security service like confidentiality, data integrity, authentication, non-repudiation, etc., etc. Okay, so these are the requirements in web security. Okay, so now coming to SSL, okay, it's a transport layer service. Okay, there are a lot of versions. Okay, SSL 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Okay, I'll discuss about this SSL. Basically, SSL is developed by Netscape, okay, in 1994 for security purpose. Now you have lot of web pages which will use SSL. Basically, whenever you are typing a password, okay, user ID password, definitely you are going to use this SSL 100% because you require confidentiality. That means you are on the web page. Except the web page, whatever password you are typing, except you and the server, no one should know your password. For that, definitely encryption is required. Okay, so now the difference of SSL and TSL is very simple. SSL 1.0, 2.0 has been released, and from 3.0 it is called as TLS. Okay, so there is no difference between TLS and SSL. Okay, SSL 3.0 is named as TLS 1.0. Okay, so now where actually this SSL is used? Now if you consider SSL, it is used in transport layer, but above transport layer. Now you have lot of protocols in application layer. So one of them, when you are using web, you will use HTTP. Of course, you will use port number 80. Okay, I am discussing about port. SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol, port number 25. POP3 is also used for mail transfer. Okay, 101. Okay, so these are the different protocols. Okay, but there is no security in it. But if you want security, you have to use protocols like HTTPS, secure SMTP, secure POP3. Okay, their port numbers are also different. If you check your URL, in the URL if you have HTTPS, definitely you are going to use secure socket layer. Okay, where both encryption, decryption, maybe MAC, everything is been done in secure socket layer. It is slightly above transport layer, but it is a transport layer protocol. Okay, understood? Understood. So now for example, I want to design, but it's little bit costlier. Now for example, I want to generate my one mailing service. So there are a lot of web pages. I don't want all the web pages to use SSL because now every time when I send the data, it will be encrypted. Again, I have to make hash of it. Every packet I have to make hash of it. Lot of overhead is there in SSL. For that reason, what is the most confidential data which I want is only the first page, which is user ID and password. Okay, so now in olden days, even Google Gmail mailing system used to, if you see, it used to have HTTPS only for user ID and password. Remaining all, after you enter, your mailing service will not have HTTPS. It will use HTTP. So web page to web page, that will change. Okay, why we are using SSL? For security. basically confidentiality, authentication, data integrity, etc. Okay, for that reason we are using this SSL. Now if you come to the SSL architecture, TCP, above TCP you are having SSL. Okay, so there are basically 4 protocols in SSL. It's a combination of 4 protocols. Okay, SSL handshake protocol, which is used to establish the connection. SSL change specific protocol. Okay, then you are also having SSL alert protocol, and also you are having the SSL record protocol. This is the main base of SSL. SSL record protocol is a protocol which will perform encryptions, which will perform hash, everything. Okay, so this is used for connecting. Okay, this is used for any change in the protocols, etc. Okay, and SSL alert protocol is, for example, it will alerts if some unknown data has came into existence, some unknown packet has came, it will just alert it. Okay, and one more important thing is there is no fixed algorithm. You have a section of multiple algorithms. Maybe I have AES, DES, Blowfish, etc. for encryption. Okay, at the time of connection, at the time of handshake, both sender and receiver will come to an agreement. We will use this. For key exchange, I'll use Diffie-Hellman key exchange, or I'll use some other key exchange. Okay, for asymmetric cryptography, I'll use RSA or I'll use elliptical cryptography. So at the time of handshake only it happens. Okay, so this is about the architecture. Now coming to the SSL architecture, you require a connection. Basically SSL connection, just like it is almost equivalent to TCP/IP connection. Okay, it is almost equivalent to TCP/IP connection. So now in SSL, it is a peer-to-peer communication. It's a peer-to-peer communication, and you will have a session. Okay, just like you get session expired in your when your mail is there, you will have some session. Okay, after some time again the session might it will ask you again user ID and password. Okay, in the same way, when the session expires, it is for a fixed amount of time. After some time again user ID it will ask user ID password, and again what will happen is a new algorithms will be agreed, and new algorithms will be for hash functions, new hash functions, etc. will be on agreement. So basically for communication there should be 2 computers or 2 applications. Okay, they want to communicate. If they want to communicate, there will be some agreements in the middle, which is done by handshake protocol, and it also agrees on what kind of algorithms we are going to use for symmetric cryptography, asymmetric cryptography, hash functions, and digital signatures. Okay, then the main thing, after the connection is established, SSL record protocol will take care for encryption at the sender's end, decryption in the receiver's end, finding the MAC of the record, and then verifying the MAC of the record at the receiver's end. Okay. Next, this is one of the most important part of SSL. SSL record protocol. SSL record protocol will give us confidentiality and message integrity. Okay, that is MAC. It uses HMAC. Okay, almost equal to HMAC. It's not HMAC. Some slight difference is there. Okay, so what kind of algorithms in the record protocol will use? AES, IDEA, RC2, DES, DES40, DES, triple DES, Forza, RC4, RC128. These are the different algorithms. That means there are some set of algorithms where SSL can accept. But one thing is, if sender selects, if the sender encrypts with AES, the receiver should decrypt with AES. Okay, so definitely initial agreements will be there. According to the initial agreements, if the sender and receiver agrees on AES, the sender will encrypt with AES, receiver will decrypt with AES. Hope you have understood. And confidentiality will use MAC. Okay, so now coming to the SSL record protocol, one important SSL protocol will do is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? Is actually if you have this application layer, presentation layer, session layer, after that it comes to TCP layer. In the TCP layer, actually if I am having 1 GB of data, from application layer it comes to session layer to presentation layer to session layer to TCP layer. In the TCP layer, what happens is TCP will perform the fragmentation. Fragmentation means dividing them into parts, and then for each part it will attach TCP header and send it to network layer. Network layer will add network what we call it as network header, and it will send it to data link layer, data header, and it will send to the destination. And again at the receiver's end, the fragments are again collected by TCP and combined as a single file and sent to the presentation file, session file, and application layer. Okay, that is how it happens. So the important thing is, whenever you are using SSL, the fragmentation is done by SSL. Remember this. If the total application of data which the sender want to send to data is this, first it will divide them into fragments. Fragmentation is done by SSL, not TCP, if you are using SSL. Then it will compress the data, it performs, it calculates the MAC and attaches to the data, and then perform encryption, and it will append an SSL, it will append an SSL header. Okay, this is how the SSL record protocol works. So basically SSL record protocols have different what we call it as, we have different encryption algorithms, and you have hash function also. Okay, MAC function also. Okay, with both of them, every fragment is encrypted like this SSL, and it sends to TCP layer. In the TCP layer, TCP header will be added. So now for TCP layer, it is easy. Why? Because fragmentation is already done. Okay, no need to again fragment. So there is another protocol which is called as change specific protocol. Okay, which is of a single bit. Okay, so it updates the cipher suit. Okay, if you want to, for example, I am using AES, I want to from now onwards use DES, I might use change specific protocol. Okay, so now there is another protocol which is called as SSL alert protocol. In the SSL alert protocol, what do you have is, it gives a warning. For example, any unnecessary, for example, if there is one packet which came, it has been inserted inside, the sequence is not there. Okay, for all those things. Okay, for all those things there is an alert protocol. Okay, so it will send an alert, or an unknown certificate came, an unknown message came. So for that, definitely there should be some alerts. For alerts, there is a protocol which is called as SSL alert protocol. Okay, so alage, this is handshake protocol. Basically, before any sending of data, definitely a session will be created. The session is created using SSL handshake, which is called as handshake protocol. So a connection will be established. It is almost similar to TCP. Okay, whenever you want to send data in TCP, a connection will be established. Here also, if you want to send data, SSL connection will be established. Okay, the main purpose of SSL is to authenticate each other. Okay, to authenticate each other and have some agreements. What kind of MAC algorithm we have to use, what kind of cryptographic hash function I have to use, what kind of symmetric cryptography I have to use, what is the key exchange. So all these are being agreed at the time of handshake protocol. Now if you see the handshake protocol, you are having client and server. Okay, so there are number of messages that are exchanged between client and server. Okay, so initially if someone want to send the data, first a session is created. Okay, so the after the session is created, then comes the role of the record protocol, which sends the message by dividing them into. So this is having 4 phases. Okay, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. The basic purpose of handshake protocol is to agree both sender and receiver on what kind of cryptographic functions we have to use and authenticate each other. Okay, so there are 4 phases. In the 4 phases, what will happen is, it is almost similar to TCP/IP connection. Okay, so now first initially the client will say hello. Okay, server will also say hello. This is phase 1. Okay, so basically here the establishment is what kind of version it is. Okay, so for example, if the server can have different versions, okay, SSL 1.0, SSL 2.0, SSL 3.0, like that, there may be a lot of versions which server can the server can accept, but according to the client, the version will be accept it. For that reason, in the first phase, what kind of version we are using, what should be the session ID, okay, what should be the cipher suit, the agreements will be performed. Client might send some which the server will select the different cipher suits. Then after that, this is important. It will ask, the server will send the certificate. Okay, so is it really authenticated or not? Here the verification takes place at the client. Understood? Here the verification. For example, if you have Gmail, or sometimes maybe whenever you type something, the certificate doesn't exist, or certificate is expired, something, you are going to get the data. Okay, so that is not verified. So first in phase 2, what happens is server will send its certificate. Okay, at the client side, what happens is the server authentication will be done. If the certificate is valid, the client will send its certificate. Okay, this is optional actually. Every client might not have certificate. Okay, so definitely sometimes even clients can have certificate, or server to server communication can be there. Okay, definitely client also will send the certificate, and verification will be done. After verification on the both ends, change specific protocol will be done and finish. Again server will send change specific protocol and finish. Finally SSL handshake is over, and now both server and receiver have some agreements. What are the agreements? What kind of cryptographic algorithms we have to use? Okay, all agreements are done. Now client will send some data, server can send some data. Okay, understood? This is all about handshake protocol. So finally, by seeing this diagram, there are 4 protocols. Record protocol, which actually does the encryption, decryption, adding of message authentication code, verifying the message authentication code. Okay, then you have handshake protocol, which will perform the connection, which will establish the connection. Then change specific protocol, alert protocol. Okay, these 4 together is called as SSL, secure. Now, and one more thing, initially for computation, generally there should be some key exchange. Algorithms are not sufficient. Maybe AES is there. There should be a key exchange. Using key exchange, they can use secure key exchange using Diffie-Hellman key exchange, or if they exchange the certificates, they might have the public key. Using public key, you can encrypt the session key and send. Okay, so there are a lot of ways you can exchange the keys. And if you come to TSL is same as SSL. Okay, so SSL 3.0 is called as TLS. Okay, transport layer security. Hope you have understood, and with minor differences are there. So this is HMAC,